Hey everybody, it's the Divine Brothers meeting yet again. How's it going, Mr. Austin, Mr. Chase? How you guys doing?
Yeah, man. All right. Just had some beans. Very Latino dish. It's pretty good. They make beans pretty good.
I'm doing well. Yeah, see, I guess, I thought they were a steak or a meat heavy culture.
Argentine. It's the Argentines. They got the
Uh,
Argentine steak, which is I had it once and not at a restaurant, ordered to the house, and it was really good. I wonder what it would be like at a top-notch place. Might be excellent.
Dean, how are things, man? You, you
Good,
okay?
good. Yeah, just tired. It's early, very early here, and it was a rough sleep, rough sleep. So I'm still kind of waking up a little bit.
Rough sleep that just patches of sleep, an hour here, an hour there, or just bad, no sleep.
No, no, like it was the sort of. Have you ever had a sleep that was so deep you woke up and you weren't awake? You know,
Oh,
like
sure, sure. You don't come out of
yeah,
the depth. Yeah.
I'm still in it. It was just crazy. I had the sort of sleep where I laid down on my back. Like I got in bed, laid down on my back. I didn't move, didn't roll, didn't toss, just stayed right there flat on my back. And I slept and woke up like instantaneously. So yeah, I got the zombification going on right now.
I got so tired in the middle of the day today, and I tried to take down and take a nap. I could not get to sleep. Like the whole
Yeah.
body was exhausted, but the mind just kept wandering. Just, nope, I'm not gonna go to bed. But it's how it is for a lot of people, I think. It's like they can't get the two to harmonize at once. It's one or the other.
Yeah. Chase, how often do you poop?
Daily.
Daily. Mm, mm. I got an issue
Caffeine,
there.
man. Caffeine does it.
I do caffeine, but I'm like once every 3 days, you know? And that's how it's been my whole life. My whole life been like
Really.
that.
Just
Yeah.
bloated full of shit.
Yeah, man. Mom's the same way. She's got the same problem. Yeah,
You know what? They said she had a really large intestinal tract. It's like,
I think
oh,
I got the same thing. I bet you got the same thing too, man. It's in
it's
the
not a
DNA.
good thing. I wonder if they can cut some of that out, like sell some of it on the black market or something.
How about you, Austin? How regular are you?
I mean, daily or every other day. I
Daily,
think
every
you want
day.
to keep things moving, man. You don't want to be holding that in.
I eat really healthy. I eat a lot of vegetables. I'd say like 50% of my food is vegetables, you know.
Well,
So
I gotta
I don't know.
ask, because with me, all the stomach issues, it definitely could be external, but a lot of times it's this stress, depression. It always attacks my stomach. It just from all. Sometimes I eat too much. Sometimes I don't eat at all. Sometimes I'm a little nauseous, like all day. Like it's amazing how many angles it can smash me.
Yeah, I remember seeing you like that. You didn't eat, turned off, just stopped eating. I couldn't
Yeah,
believe it.
there's no
Yeah.
need for sustenance. The world gave
Yeah.
me none.
Mhm. Mhm.
Where
Some
does
people.
is are you in a bad spot upstairs, or are you just sick, you think?
I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I told you I've been like this my whole life, you know.
Oh,
Um, so I was just curious because I got into a long conversation the other day with a Chinese person. I told them like I pooped every 3 days, and they looked at me like I was dying of cancer. They were like, "What is wrong with you?" And then we had a whole conversation about the difference between white people bodies and Chinese people bodies. Apparently, Chinese people, like, since they've been eating rice for thousands and thousands of years, like, they're, he claimed that their intestines are way more regular than white people and stuff. And I was like, how do you describe this? He's like, every morning at 8 a.m., I poop every day. The exact same time. Like it could be an alarm clock. He's like, it's the same time every day. And he says, this is how Chinese people are. I was
plan
like,
your day
yeah,
around it. That's fucking awesome, man. That's great.
dude, that I kind of wish I was like that. I wish it was the same time every day, be easy.
one of our avid listeners, his name is Steve. And the first year I ever met him, we were both in sixth grade and we both went to lunch. Every single time after lunch, he'd go to the bathroom. I was like, what are you doing? Are you peeing? Are you like, you go at the same time? He's like, I'm taking a shit. He goes, I always go at this time. And
Wow.
he did. That was his thing. Every single day, I was like, wow, man, that was consistency. He's doing
It's like
something
a
right.
superpower, a minor superpower. I'm kind of impressed. I wish I could do that.
Let me ask you this. When you went to Asia, did you, because when I went to Asia and I went down here, my stomach irregularity always changes with the food. It's always the food.
Yeah, in China, dude, like if I go to a different region, it's a fucking
Well,
battle.
well,
Uh,
has it ever been better when you've gone somewhere? Like it's never, so it's never been a daily, really, whatever you ate.
'Cause I think you get used to whatever, wherever you're living, like the bacteria in your stomach gets used to it. Like it adapts, you know. So anytime you change up that chemistry, there's going to be a war just every single day. I go to Wuyan, so I've been to Wuyan's hometown many, many times. And I love that place. It's got the best food in China. It's super delicious. And every single time, I'm just shit in a thunderstorm.
What
Every single time,
what
man.
about when you were in Japan?
No, I guess not. I don't have any issues in Japan, you
That's
know.
the cleanest food in the world to me. Every time I eat it, it's just perfect. I don't get bloated. It flows right out to me. I was like, maybe if you were over there, maybe you need to live in Japan, Dean. You had a little dojo or something like that. Get a geisha
I don't
guy.
know. I think
Yeah.
Japan's dying, you know.
Yeah. Get some cheap deals over there, man.
I feel pretty good about being in China. I think this is the place. I'm pretty happy here. So maybe not Beijing, but I'm feeling good about China. And I'm finally getting the language down. It took a long, long, long fucking time, but I think something clicked in my brain recently, and I'm finally starting to have like 2-year-old conversations with people. You know, like I want this. You have this? Good, good, good. Give me this. You know, like that sort of thing. You know, and so now I've just
Barbaric.
invested much.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I'll take the barbarian logo.
Dude, it makes them happy. They love you. Like, look, he truly is barbaric. Listen how he talks. They love it. They'll help you
All
out.
right. All right. They appreciate anybody who tries. So
They'll take care of
they
you.
know how fucking hard it is. You know.
I was called a barbarian in Asia more than any other slur. That's the slur like, you're just fucking barbarian. Look how you eat. Look how you dress. Look how you talk. You know, it's always barbaric. I was like, kind of is. They
I
got
was
more
thinking of
rules.
that because I was reading through your book or whatever, and I was thinking about that term soulless. You know, like how they talk about how the Halleys, remember on the island, I mean soulless.
Yeah.
You know,
Austin and Hawaii, they call white people haoles, which means without a soul, without the
yeah.
essence of life or something like that.
And I just remember saying, "What a fucking insult!" Now
It's
there's
a good one.
nothing worse than to call somebody like soulless, like you know, like that book that guy was going, "Yeah, modern literature, it's all soulless, it's all the language is soulless, it's all soulless," and I'm just like, that sounds really bad, but I don't really know what you mean. You know what I mean? Like you're calling me soulless, but what does that mean exactly? What do you say? I'm hurt by it, but I don't know why I'm hurt by it.
It's a great comeback. If you're gonna have an oppressor, you might as well have like a really horrible insult for him. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only do we not have souls, we went there and we killed their souls. And then we got them addicted to meth. And then we introduced Dog the Bounty Hunter into their ecosystem.
And brought him right back to the top. Dog went in and say, I loved that show growing up, man. It was a great show.
You remember what happened to Dog? He said the N word, and now he wants to be buried with slaves. And
It did, but Dog was he was the kind of slow guy from Texas that became a bounty hunter. But
was he
fucking
from Texas? Was
yeah,
he from that?
dude,
Oh,
he
okay.
fit Hawaii perfectly. He understood the Hawaiians that I know. He went out there for a trip. He called his wife and said, "Sell everything. We're moving out here." That's how he got out there. It's a spur of the moment trip, man. But he's reactionary and he ain't that bright, just like the Hawaiians, man. That's exactly how
Oh,
they. Every single episode was the same. You can't find me, motherfucker. You gotta. I'll fight you to the end. He knows. Oh, coming for you. It's on the phone. And then they catch him and they'd be cussing out, telling it, and then they get in the car and they're like, "Listen, man, Jesus loves you. I'm sorry for cussing at you, dog. I got to do better. I got to get saved." That was every show, and it was great. I felt
man,
it was fantastic. I wanted to get
may-
saved after every episode for like a
maybe
couple
that's
minutes.
what people respond to. You know, like Patrice O'Neill used to say that anger and love come from the same place. You know, like you go you start screaming at somebody, say, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you, bitch!" And then 5 seconds, like, I'm sorry about that, baby. I love. That's that sort of thing. Like
Yeah.
that vacillation is where most people are. That's where they live. Going back
It's
and forth.
intense. That's the best type of sex, but they do try to kill you when you break up. They will. They'll kick you out of the
Yeah,
house for fucking ordering OnlyFans or some shit like that. They'll go crazy on you.
yeah. We were talking about
Yeah,
this earlier. How much money can you spend on OnlyFans, man? Like, what? I don't. I've
So
never done
much.
it because I just can't. I can't. Like, and I never get obsessed with one person. Like, and there's so much free shit out there. Like, and I'm having sex regularly. So what's the fucking point? But
You,
like, how much money can you spend?
well, I'll tell you this because I've counseled two of them. They're not getting dates, and these people are actually doing pretty well in life. They actually think they have a relationship with this person. I mean, you can customize
Oh,
everything. I
parasocial.
want an
Yeah.
hour of your time. I'll text you for an hour. So they're doing it daily. Some of them, it's crazy. Yeah.
Like, but I mean, well, you could also do that with ChatGPT. You know what I mean? Like, they'll do
Yeah.
whatever. So
Yeah, but
what's the
it's
thing?
real. They think it's real.
I can't imagine it being real. Like you pay some girl to text with
Well,
you. Hi, how are you? Oh my
no, no,
god.
no. So
That's
I've
what it is.
counseled one person on the other side who was an
Uh,
OnlyFans, and she said she had three guys. And
yeah.
all of them she texted with. She goes, I got plans for the future with all three. I was like,
Oh
are you
my
playing
god.
two of them? She goes, I'm gonna see which one plays out.
This is how murders happen. This is
She's
how murders
she's
happen.
taking the best option. Let's see who makes the most money, and I feel the most. Let's
And
see.
again, this does sound familiar to someone in our family who may be in a similar situation. Yeah, yeah. Just yeah. Just I'm gonna see who works out. Play the field. I guess that's how it works.
Well, it can't. It's pretty sadistic. Yeah. And then I was trying to help her pick which one of the three. It was really
This is what
interesting
you were talking
sessions.
about in
It's good
therapy.
sessions.
Was
Yeah.
was there a winner? Was there a clear winner? Did you guys come
No,
to
no, we
a
did not. No.
shit. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I just I see I wonder about like okay, what's the sexual gratification? Because to me, nothing compares to real life. Nothing. Like if I could be fucking, I'd rather be fucking than jerking off. There's no question. You know what I mean? Like so if you're really going to be dishing out all this money, why not just get a prostitute?
Risk reward, man. I mean, it's a lot of energy. Most people are antisocial now. They don't want to put in the effort. Contact. Most people are terrified of human contact. ED rates are at an all-time high. I've counseled tons of guys where their dicks don't work, and it's
Did you
all
see RF?
psychological. It's
You
all
see
up here.
RFK go off on that? Did you see that speech he made?
No,
Austin,
no.
did you see that?
no.
Oh man, this was a great speech. RFK, it was like 2 days ago. RFK goes off. He's like, he goes off and he says, statistically speaking, the testosterone of a 65-year-old man is twice as high as a 20-year-old today. And he says the sperm count is and it was a big sperm. It was all about sperm count. And he's like, the sperm count, the testosterone levels, they're down across the board. We have to do something about this and stuff. And there's Trump behind him just nodding his head, the whole time. And I was like, holy shit, I can't believe this is happening, man.
He's not lying.
I've heard it's all true, but I don't really know if it's true or not.
Here's the thing. It's interesting because I have tried to talk guys into using like Viagra, like use it like
Sure.
an antidepressant. Take it, make sure you get hard, get your rhythm back, wean off of it. And they are like, no, no, I'm gonna figure this out. And I'm like, dude, like you've been
I
jacking
get
off
it.
to all types of weird shit, and then you want to have sex with a girl. Like, bro, like you've already fucked. Just take the fucking pill and wean. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it.
I mean, I don't want to take Ozempic, you know, like
This,
I don't want to
but dude,
do
then
it.
there's other ones that don't want to jerk off. There's just the guilt. I can't control myself. I'll never. I jacked off once this week. I'm like, that's great. That keeps you like balanced. No, I gotta. I can't. I gotta
Once
eliminate it.
this week. Once
Dean,
this week.
Dean, they want to
Did they mean like
eliminate it.
once in the last hour? Is that what they meant to
It's
say?
Nah, it's insane. These young kids, I don't like talking to them. They're just all fucking nuts. They're nuts, man.
That's not a good time to be a young person,
Oh
I
my
guess.
God, I can't even imagine. Fuck.
This problem's been is a perennial problem. I remember I picked up a
Hitchhiker.
copy of
Oh,
of the collected essays of Montaigne. He was like maybe the guy liked to create the essay, And I opened up a chapter on the imagination, thinking it was going to be some whimsical thing. And he spent like many pages talking about how we can psych ourselves out from getting an erection. And it just showed me how long this problem's been happening. That Montaigne thought to write an essay about it.
No,
Austin,
Bill.
tell me, what's the first thing you ever jerked off to?
I'm going to pass that question over to
Oh,
Chase.
There's two fine, one blonde, one beautiful brunette. The blonde was hotter, but they were diking out. And they were just two of the hottest chicks I've ever seen, and they were diking out. It was, I printed out the pictures, kept them in a folder, and hid them, and eventually got
Wait a
caught.
second.
Yeah.
I think I
nice.
remember this happening.
Yeah.
Was it?
You
Was it on?
remember
Was it on?
taking
He was
off?
on.
This
He was
the
on Dick's
internet had
computer.
just come around, man, and
Oh,
I had figured out the color printer. I had a beautiful selection in this notebook. Everything was categorized. Look at these chicks. These got the tits. These are the legs. This is work of art.
wow.
Work of
Yeah.
art.
I
Yeah.
think my mother was going around questioning people. We found this disgusting pornography on the computer. We're trying to figure out who did it. And she seemed like she was in a moral dilemma there. I mean, she was really upset by it, Chase. You really hurt really hurt
The
somebody there, man.
Glad that
You
she
were
was
very
determining the
selfish.
morality of that household. That's good to know.
Well, I can
That's
let's say this, guys. I've counseled a mom where their kid starts jerking off, and it's like a horror movie for them. They can't imagine their baby boy would ever touch himself. So I feel for
what
them.
did
You got to
they
feel for the mom. You gotta
wait,
feel
wait,
for
what's their lot like? What did they expect? I mean, like, what
they
were they expecting that they're just going to be little Puritans the whole
they
time? Like,
romanticize the child.
oh
Like, oh,
God.
it's my child. My child. Yeah.
Mm,
Ain't no child no more.
yeah. It would be interesting. Like if I had a kid and I found him jerking off to whatever. Like if I found something like Chase said, like two girls dyking out, I'd be like, all right, whatever, you know. What would you do if it was really weird? Like, what would you do if it was like some furry shit, you know? Or
Uh,
maybe some Brazilian fart porn, like Randy in South Park, you know, or
yeah.
something that's really crosses the line.
I think you can condition it to a number of better substitutes. This is not going gay to straight, but something else that's a little more appropriate. I think it's possible, especially early on.
Yeah. I remember one time at that rehab place, I remember one guy, he told me who I knew. You're like, yeah, he's fucking into kids. He's fucking into like little 12-year-olds and 11-year-olds and stuff like that. And I was like, "Ah, what do you do? What do you do if somebody tells you that? You're like, listen, I think you need to go lock yourself up. Like, I think you need to like go up to a like to an
No,
asylum and say like, I want to diddle kids. Can lock
no,
me up.
dude, I disagree. At that point where they haven't committed the crime and they're still, I think, a teenager, if you can catch them, then you can. This is what I'm talking about. Let's get you over to 18-year-olds. Let's get you into 20. Like, I think it's possible,
Maybe.
but nobody talks about that shit. Because if you
Yeah.
do, the narrative is kill you, just kill you, and you're
The
gonna get praise for killing you. It's
I always think of that David Tell bit where they say that it's an addiction like smoking. God, I hope not. Do you think a pedophile gets off a plane and says, just give me, come on, take me to a playground, take me to a school, anywhere
yeah,
I can
Toys
go.
R
Just
Us,
please, I need
please.
some kids,
Yes,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
just don't talk to me unless it's about some boy, you know, like that's like what if it really is like that? That's terrifying, you know?
yeah,
Like you got something.
yeah.
Yeah, Louis C.K. did a great bit on pedophiles on Saturday Night Live. That was
Yeah, I
fantastic.
remember that. Yeah, I remember he didn't nobody wanted to fuck him. He didn't want to ever go to didn't get McDonald's.
He jerked off in front of somebody, right? And he turned out just
Lots of
fine.
people. Lots of
Oh, that was
people.
his thing, was to jerk off in
Yeah.
front of people. Yeah.
Like, can you? That's like a weird situation, though. Can you imagine like cornering somebody? Just be like, I'm gonna jerk off to you here in this room. Like,
Did you guys ever have a creep? Because I got a buddy, Eric, who was on this show, the psychologist. One of the hardest times I've laughed with him. He said he's grown up in North Carolina. Like, he had the weird guy down the street he'd ride their bikes by, and he'd like open the door and flash him and shake his cock, and they would like flick him off. But I was like, man, we didn't have like the pervert of the neighborhood, did we? I don't remember.
mom had one. Mom had one. Did she ever tell you that story?
No.
Oh yeah. So our mom's a morning runner. Like she used to take the dog Nitro, and they'd go running every single morning. You know, and one day, like a van, like a fucking van, pulled up next to her while she was running. Door swung open, and there was a big fat Mexican guy just jerking off, looking at her. And mom said, Nitro, get him. And Nitro lunged at him and he fucking jerks off and stuff like that, you know? But I was, man, I tell you what, it made me love that dog so much because I was like, thank God. Like he totally understood. He was like, fucking kill this guy. You know, like he knew the situation 100%. So yeah, I guess that shit happens, man.
Dude, that's got to be an unbelievable feeling of comfort. Like you're in a fucked situation. You're a small woman and you have a dog that can kill. You know,
Oh,
it's just like the dog knows immediately, like this is a threat I will eliminate. And that dog would have killed him or ripped his dick off, one or the other.
dude. I was talking to mom the other day. I was like, you should get another dog, and stuff. And I was talking about poo poo. I was like, man, small dogs are great because it's just so easy. You don't have to worry. And she's like, no, I'm only getting a big dog. And I was like, really? They don't want to? No, big dog, only a big dog. And now that we're talking about it now, I see why. That's absolute security, man. You
But I
got a good big dog, like you're set. She doesn't have to worry about any fucking thing. That dog will protect her, man.
was gonna say the dog here. This is how much does your dog weigh? Your French bulldog?
10 pounds?
How much do you think our dog, Vic's dog here weighs? How much do you think he weighs?
It's a big dog, man. That's way bigger than poo poo. I'm gonna say 25.
36 pounds. And it,
Oh,
it's not, everybody is scared of this dog. They talk me in Spanish on the elevator. I'm like, no es amigo, no es. It's just like he's not a friend. And
he doesn't look like he's built like the size of an English bulldog. Like he's thick,
big.
man.
He's fucking
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
Yeah.
We took him down to the park and there was a group of these 4 or 5 black guys. They look like pro. They were huge, like 6'2",
Oh,
6'3". They're Americans. And he's like, oh, man, is that a bullet? He's trying to talk in Spanish. I was like, dude, you're fucking American. He's like, that's the coolest, biggest fucking French bull I've ever seen. What's his name? I was like, Genghis. And he's like, oh, they loved it. They loved it so much. I'm gonna get a dog and name him Genghis. I was like, yeah, go ahead. You do that, buddy.
they're good dogs, man. Like I gotta tell you, these French bull, I was really skeptical at first. I was like, "Oh, Ian, you sure you want to get this fucking dog, dude? They're great. I love this. Like, it is a solid, solid
Well, they're
dog.
lazy. Lazy. It's nice when a
Well,
dog's
poo
lazy.
poo's
You don't
nice.
gotta do much. Yeah.
We walk him 3 times a day. We play with him once a day, and otherwise, he's pretty content.
But
That's pretty good.
no, a protector. I would like a medium-sized dog that can it's agile and it's really well trained. That would be perfect.
When mom gets a house, I'm gonna buy her a dog. Like, I'm gonna get her a nice. I was thinking about like a China dog, to be honest with you. They got these
Get
big
her another
dogs.
blue healer, man.
Dude, no way. That's not good dog for her. Too much energy. Needs to be. The nice thing about Max is Max was the German Shepherd she had, Austin. He was pretty mellow. Like I think she needs something not as much energy as a Nitro. Nitro's too much, man. Especially as a puppy, too much, way too
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Good point. Good point. So I didn't know that a Mexican tried to jerk off. I guess there's a people I've never got into that where I want to be somewhere jerking off where I can get caught jerking off in public. I don't
I know a lot of gay
trying to
dudes
think, did
who
I ever go through that stage? I don't think so.
they
Um,
like the exhibitionism, and I've had a few public encounters. Like I've fucked in the woods. I've had a blowjob in a movie theater, that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I never really. I was like happy to be like, yeah, sure, why not? But it's never something I've actively sought out. You know what I'm saying?
hmm,
Like, let's do this in the comfort of my bedroom. That sounds better. You know? Yeah.
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 What do you think, Chase? Is there like an imprinting theory in psychology about where these weird inclinations come from? I would think that there's like a timer in your head that triggers at some point and like turns you into a sexual being. And whatever you're doing at that exact moment is like wrapped up into your sexuality. You know what I mean?
Very well. Could be the genetic parts, the timer, and then whatever you're into at that moment really couldn't stick permanently. Yeah, could be. Sounds about right, actually.
I'm
I'm
very
I'm
curious about
convinced
like
because Austin, I'm curious
furries.
about your own sexual development, right? And you don't have to give details, but here's why. Because I'm convinced that I wasn't born gay. I'm convinced. I think that sexual development happens like I think they say between like 7 to like 10, you know? And that's right when Like my parents got divorced when I was living with my mother and my aunt, and I remember constantly thinking as a kid, these bitches are crazy, you know. And there's this real like animosity to develop towards women at that time, you know. And I think that that's why I started to develop more towards my inclination towards men. I really do believe that. I know not everybody buys into that, yeah, but that was a huge factor in my sexual development, and I'm curious if you had similar sort of things happen to you.
No, there's nothing dramatic or anything that I could really point to say like this is what determined me. Nothing that I remember anyway. Chase, what does psychology have to say about these homosexuals? Deviants, perhaps, or otherwise?
Dane's the anomaly. I want to say I've never had another guy. I never heard another gay person tell me they've been conditioned, but I've told people about my brother saying that. And it's interesting because some are really against it, the gay community, like, no, no. And others like, oh yeah, yeah, I believe it. So I think it could be the genes, and then it very well could be conditioning. Like you said, timer goes off at a not so great time, and all of a sudden you're in the men.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see, Austin, I'm curious because I see the relationship with my mother as being foundational to this, right? Because like I had such a toxic relationship with her as a young person. You know, it was one of those fuck you, rah, 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 just always anger and frustration, you know what I mean? And I think that what happened is that there was a full rejection of female influence in my life, you know? Like, and I'm curious if like your own relationship with your mother was forged in a sort of rejection, you know, if it's similar to me or not.
I definitely had a difficult relationship with my mother, but I really couldn't say. I think that I was already who I was before all that happened. Well, I think well before, honestly. So, yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I do think that there is like a nature nurture kind of argument to be had here, and I do. I mean, I totally believe you that you could have been conditioned to go a certain direction, and maybe you would have been somewhere in the middle, and you were pushed the other way. I totally believe that, but I've heard that there's like definite patterns. Like if you're like the last child, you're more likely to be gay. And I thought there was like genetic markers or brain differences in
I
gay
think those
people.
are
So
I've definitely like I've dated people who you can just tell, like you see pictures of them as a little kid and stuff like that, like, oh God, you were born flaming coming out of your mother's vagina, you know. But there are other people too. Like Wu Yin has similar sort of story about like he had a fucked up childhood, you know, where like you know everybody beating each other and just all kinds of horrible shit happening and stuff. And you can see like sort of the issue eventually stemming to this kind of rejection of the female influences in their life, you know? And yeah, it's interesting. I think it deserves more time. I don't think the argument should stop with born this way. You know, I think there's a way bigger range of things to explore here, you know?
I had I'd heard people say like no one's gay that was not molested at some point, but I don't think
Well,
that's
I
the
was never
case at all. But
molested.
there's always been yeah. I mean, there's always been speculation. I think it's going to be predominantly genetic, and then maybe with some environmental factors like that would be my guess. But definitely hard to say. I don't know. I'm not up to date on like the literature. I don't know. I don't really read into that kind of stuff. It would be interesting to look at. Uh, yeah, it's somewhere I was going. I forgot.
What do you guys think the bisexual rate is, the split between male and female percentage? How many are women? How many
I
men?
think I think women are way more open to being bisexual. Way
Sure.
more open. Yeah.
You think it's like 90-10 or even smaller?
Of 90% of women who are bisexual, is that what you're saying? Or
The bisexual people I've met in my life, I'd say about 97, 98%
oh,
are true bisexuals are women. Rare is a bisexual man. I've met
that's
like
another
two.
thing.
Two.
That's the other thing, man. Like when people claim to be bisexual, I don't know if I buy it.
I don't either. Yeah.
A lot of bisexual people I've met are just gay. Let me tell you, man, they have a dick in your ass. It's a big step. It's a big step. Like
Yeah.
that takes that's a big leap to take right there, you know?
It's when you become a
So
man. Yeah.
that's what they tell you in prison, you know? So I I don't know, dude. That is a lot of my students throw around that term bisexual. And what I've found is that what they tend to think is there's usually some guy, usually very handsome, right, who is getting his dick sucked by anybody who's willing to suck his dick. I remember there was this one kid named Joseph. This kid was such a little shit. Like he was such a bullshitter. He was like an American. Like he was just never did the work, never did the homework, just tried to tell me about the reading that you did. There was some history in there, but you know what? I don't know why we need to talk about this history because it's China, and I don't honestly think like he was a pure bullshitter, man. This kid was getting his dick sucked by all the gay kids in school. He was not gay. He was not gay, but there were all these gay boys who were just there sucking his dick in the
Really?
dormitory.
Wow.
Oh yeah, all the time. And he was. I talked to him about it and stuff, and he's like, yeah, they're begging for it. So I say, yeah, why not? Like
So he doesn't
fucking
care
suck it.
who it is. Who's sucking it? He doesn't care.
He liked the power. He
Oh,
liked the power.
he got off on the
Like,
power.
he had a girlfriend, and he was fucking the hottest chick in school and all that. So he was just getting action everywhere he could, man. Everywhere he could. He's bullshitting everybody.
Do you think, Dean, if you ever got a lot of power, which is, saying a lot, but if you ever got a lot
Yeah.
of power, do you think you could get off from having the power? Like it's be like,
No, I don't think I could. It's not. It's not sexual. Power is not sexual to me. Power is
well,
security
we've
to me.
never had it, technically. If we did have
I
it, I
guess
wonder
that's
if it would be. I don't know. I'd like to say no, but I could totally see myself getting into the power.
Yeah, I could see that too. We have a cousin who was dating Cory Booker, the senator. You know,
Was they're not dating anymore?
I don't know. Maybe they are dating still. I don't know.
Oh,
I just
I
put it
don't
in.
know. What a morally
But
upstanding man
think
that guy
about the
is.
power in there. A U.S. senator and a high-powered Hollywood lawyer. That's some power fucking right there. That is some power fucking. Like that. That's got to be like
What-
I
You
can't
know,
even imagine the dynamics in the bedroom.
I want to know what happens when they don't disagree on where they're going to eat for dinner.
Mhm.
No, no, no. We're going to go where? No, no. I
There is
passed the
no
bill.
disagreement.
I
There is
passed
no
the bill.
disagreement.
What do they do?
There's only a power balance, man. But have you ever been in a relationship with somebody who clearly had more power?
Temporarily.
How did it go?
I mean, it was with an older lady in Vietnam who came for money, and I was allowed to come over on 2 days a week when I had permission.
I'm gonna listen, and you're gonna take me to dinner. That's it.
Yeah, I would pay, and we would fuck, and that was it. Yeah,
You would pay, and you're gonna pay for this, and we're gonna go
that's
here.
what the man does. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. That's interesting. I can see a comfortable surrender in that situation. Just all right. You take all the decisions. You take the responsibility.
Felt appropriate for that time. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have that
Yeah.
role for life. That was the fun one to have temporarily. Yes.
Austin, who has the power in your relationship?
Oh, Dean,
Even Chase. Uh, Come on, Dean. But you're a student of history, Dean. You know a guy named Ernst Rams?
Yes, of course.
Of course. Some might
Favorite
say
Nazi.
he was, yeah, the first gay German politician.
Yep.
Apparently, he's a wonderful man. Head of the SA, and famously killed on the night of the Long Knives. I heard that Hitler walked into his room with a whip. Have you heard that?
Hitler is reported to only have truly loved one woman in his entire life, his cousin. Yeah, even Ava Braun never got close to that. He never had. I never heard any of the homosexual stuff about Hitler. He was obsessed with this one woman, referencing her all the time. Yeah, and that was it for him. By the way, the woman kills herself, just so you know. So, I don't know. See, this is why sex and love and fetishization is so interesting, right? Because
What did,
everybody's got, you know.
Dean, do you think she was like, look, I'll suck it. I'll let you fuck me if you take over the world. You think it was all put
No,
into play by a woman? No.
he was
Now,
freaked out. Like it's fascinating to read about. There's a great
Oh,
book. Um, there's a oh fuck it was a psychology book on Hitler. It was like the psychology of Hitler, and it was all. It gets crazy, man. It talks all about like yes, he says he calls Germany the fatherland because he had no father, like that sort of shit, But they go deep into his relationship with that cousin, and she was completely fucking turned off by him. Like, get the fuck away from me, you freak. Because you got to remember,
really?
Hitler was a loser for a long. He was homeless in Vienna for years.
Sure.
A failed art student. So like makes sense, but yeah, apparently that was the only woman he ever truly loved.
yeah, you might be surprised that Hitler was a control freak, and I think she was his technically his half cousin. But
Now,
yeah, she
Austin, do you
wrote
bring this
letters.
up because you too feel you have an association with this? You too feel like a control freak in your relationships? Is that what you're trying to insinuate?
No,
Is that-
I'm very open. I'm very trusting.
Oh, okay. Very open, very trusting. So you're the bottom in this relationship. Is that what I'm to
He's
understand
into
from
his
that?
cousin. That's why he's bringing it up.
Oh,
I got you. I
my
understand.
cousins
Cousin.
are great people. I'm big
Austin, do you remember
fans.
when cousin fucking was taboo? You'd used to leave the Mexican house and Sylvia would scream at you, "Don't fuck your cousin." Like you can't pull out when you're fucking your cousin. Come on.
I don't remember that.
You know what I remember at that house? I remember you. I remember your mom. She was, God rest her soul. She was feeling a little too loopy one day. She took a little too many pills. She thought she had the car in park, but it wasn't in park. It just went down the driveway with you in the back seat, and it ran over the neighbor's mailbox.
Austin
No,
State.
I wasn't
We,
in the back
you
seat.
were too in the back seat. We went over there, put it in drive, drove it back over, and she just thought it was the funniest thing ever. And she was gonna, well, we'll tell them they're not home right now. We never told them. We never told them. This is total mailbox.
Jeez, did I block it out? Because I thought you were gonna tell the story that I was opening the gate because the Mexican house you had to like hit a button to open the gate.
You no, the gate closed. You backed up. You hit the gate and rolled forward, and then the gate opened up, and then you rolled out. That's what happened.
Okay, but I
Yeah,
wasn't in the back of the car. From my recollection, is that I was the one opening the gate, and she left the car in like neutral or reverse or whatever,
I just
and she
remember
hit
your
the gate.
face. You didn't know what to
all my
do.
all my memories from this time are all sad and depressing, but you guys remember this shit.
It's a great story because we never
Hey man,
told
some
them.
of the saddest times of my life was spent in that house.
No,
That
man,
doesn't
that
even
house was
include the
bad.
ghost.
Dude, we did you guys ever meet neighbors? Did the neighbors have any thoughts or opinions on what's going on in that house? Like I can't even imagine. Like, what's the
I
fuck?
think
Never,
they
It's
never.
would
fucking
run inside when they saw us.
That
They'd run
is the
away.
good thing about having a house with a wall around it. You never have
yeah.
to talk to your neighbor. Like you
Yeah,
don't.
but people knew about Vic, man. They used to think he was a drug dealer because he had his long hair and he'd like be mowing the lawn with his shirt half open, and stuff, and smoking a cigar,
Cigar. Yeah.
gold
Oh,
chain, and all that sort of stuff. Like it was just a weird fucking thing. I wonder what possessed Vic to buy that house.
it's a cool
Why
house.
did he buy that house?
Still, it's my all-time favorite. It's one story house is the way to go. It's just the way to go. It's great fucking
To
setup.
me, that house always had evil energy. I was always like a little disturbed by all the evil in that house.
I told you, man. I felt very uncomfortable in that house. Classic ghost sensations in that house. Feel like you're
Yeah.
being watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you were. Maybe you were, mate. Hmm.
Don't bring that
What
Australian accent out.
You know what I
what
remember about that house? I remember that little white dog. You remember that little white dog?
it's a
You
great
know,
dog. Great dog.
a
Yeah.
great dog. What was
Mikey.
his name? Mikey. That was a good dog, man. I liked him.
He never learned to pee
I
outside. That
heard
was his
Vic.
downfall.
I heard Vic stole that dog from an old lady.
He sold
Like
it to an old
swindled her
What?
out of
lady.
it in
He
some
sold
form
it
or
to an old
fashion.
lady and didn't
Oh,
tell
did he?
anybody. Yeah, that was
That what happened?
heartbreaking. Yeah. It's a great dog.
You know what? Since we're going down memory lane, Austin, do you ever remember a time when your brother Garrett, when Chase and Chris had dressed up your brother Garrett in a bra, and he was sitting on a giant pile of clothes at the old Elrod house, and Chris was shooting an airsoft gun at his feet, saying, "Dance, dance, dance." Do you remember this? This is a very potent memory in my mind.
I don't even know if I was there that day, but I'll tell you who does remember it, and
Garrett,
that's Garrett. Yeah,
he does remember that. He
I mean
still holds it.
probably. I
Uh,
speculate, Dean, but if he doesn't remember it consciously, it's going to come out if he ever goes to therapy. And
can I just say that Elrod? What was it? Bailey Cove? Is that where it was?
Baylor.
Baylor. I remember how much cool shit was in that basement, man. You guys had some awesome toys. I remember. Like you had Hot Wheels. So many Hot Wheels. And there were these crazy tracks that you would build and stuff like that. They were amazing. I remember you had a Ghostbusters house. It was really fun to play with. There was this crazy Jurassic Park like giant trailer thing. You had the cool guns too for your GI Joes. I remember you had like Uzis and stuff like that. I remember always thinking the Elrods have some cool toys, man. I remember that.
It,
Yeah,
it
we did. There was a closet in the basement. Maybe you recall, Chase, because you're a little bit older than I was when I lived there. That's where he kept all the toys. And those GI Joes today would probably be worth thousands of dollars, man. We had a lot of really good ones.
what
Stuff.
what what it taught me was if you can have multiple kids, you gotta have a space like that's just isolated for them. Like have a basement, have like a fucking room that's far away, and just throw them in there and don't fucking think about it. Just like they'll come
Yep.
out when they're hungry. That's it.
Yep.
Just give them
Yep.
space and leave them the fuck alone. It was a proper house for kids, especially boys.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine having like one child and then you have to like do stuff with them constantly. You have two kids, you put them in a basement, like you said,
That's a
you just
good
leave them
point.
alone.
It's
It's
a
like
good.
getting two like high energy dogs. Like I don't want to deal with that all day. Like go in the backyard. I'll see you in 5 hours. I'll feed you then.
So that's a very good point to having multiple. I've never thought of that, Austin. That's a good point. Yeah, because yeah, if you're stuck with one kid, then you got to like try. You always got to see how they're doing and shit. And really, if you have a kid, you want to feed them, pat them on the head on occasion, but you don't want to deal with them throughout the day. You just want them to come back when they're hungry. That's it. Right?
Austin, do you remember giving me a golf club to the face?
Backswing. Not
Yeah, man.
intentional.
Yeah, it was like, we were left at that house unsupervised and we had we had golf clubs and everyone thought it was a good idea. All the older people thought it was a good idea to swing these golf clubs. Yeah.
These are all
Yeah.
great excuses, Austin. Very good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dean, I'll tell you this, man. It's an unsavory memory. Certainly.
I gotta say this because I see this all the time. Like people in the wrong spot. Like, oh, I'm at a drag race. I'm gonna stand right next to the dirt road, and they just get run over. It's like I remember Dean standing next to Austin swinging that thing. I'm like, that's not a good spot to stand. I don't know why he's standing there. And then
I
bam.
will say this: it was a perfect backswing. I remember hearing the whoosh as it came into my mouth. I remember hearing that noise. Like,
Yes. It's
I
just
knew this would come up eventually, Dean, and it passes through my mind quite often. I remember being upstairs after it happened, and Chris and Garrett were knocking on, like, locked the door upstairs, and I was watching The Rock, I think, on television, and they were knocking on the door, and they said, "You killed Dean." Knock, knock, knock. He's dead.
there was a lot of blood. I remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Austin,
Yeah, man.
I
I do
keep waiting.
apologize, Dean. Sorry about
Oh,
that,
there
man.
we go. I was waiting for that. It took only 20 years, but we got there eventually.
Well, I didn't mean to do it, so I don't even know. I apologize. It
These
happened.
excuses. This is just like saying, like, oh, it's I want to apologize for my
Well,
privilege, but you
Dean, now you need to
understand,
apologize for having no situational awareness.
huh? No situational awareness. Excuse me that I was 6 years old and
No,
thrown
you
into
were
the
not
basement
six. You were
with
not six.
one, two, three, four boys. Yeah, absolutely. I was six.
No, you
So
didn't. We
what?
didn't move there to you must have, we moved there
Moved
when
there.
you were
What do you
closer
mean
to
moved there?
10.
That's the Elrods. That was the Elrods' old house.
When we moved to Alabama, I was 12. I didn't start hanging out with them till I was 13. 5 years younger than that is what, eight, nine?
No, I remember it very specifically. 6 years old. I
That
remember
can't
it.
be because I'm 5 years older than you and we didn't move to Alabama till I was 12. I would have been
Chase, I was
11.
literally in Mr. Butler's kindergarten
I didn't
class as
meet
a
Chris till I was
year-old,
13 years
Little
old, dude.
Alabama. I literally was. I remember this
I didn't
shit.
meet him till I was in seventh grade.
Yeah, you remembering it wrong. I'm sorry. You're an old man, man. You
You-
got dementia coming in.
You're not remembering right. You were older.
Telling you, telling you. And by the way, when I was 10, that's when our parents divorced, right? So that was the end of the Alabama tenure.
3 years.
Anyways, Austin, I want you to know that wasn't the caliber of apology I was hoping for. I was hoping for something more heartfelt, but
Yeah.
I guess that's the best I'm gonna get. So okay, um, I uh, I, uh, I appreciate what you said.
Hey, Dean, man. I uh,
Uh-huh.
I feel really bad about it, and it's been eating me up for a long time. And I just want you to know that I apologize from a very deep place.
All right, Austin, have you ever seen Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah, man, but that's not what's happening
Have
here.
you
There's
ever
no
have you
irony.
ever have you ever seen when Marty Funkhauser apologizes to Larry David? The profound apology. Have you seen that?
I haven't.
That's what
No.
I want. The profound apology. That's what I want. The
How did that
profound
go? I don't know what that is.
Tier.
comes in and he says, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." And Larry goes, "It's okay. That was a profound apology. Fantastic apology." That's what I want. I want you to, if you could, I'd like a tear. A tear would be nice. A singular tear. That would be good. Can you make that happen?
Well, I might have cried when they said I killed you.
What? Not when you had me agonizing when I lost my teeth are on the ground? Yeah, and that did wasn't enough for tears.
Dean.
That was enough to watch The Rock, but not enough to fucking have me have a tear for your stepbrother. But
Dean.
okay, all right.
Dean, do you know the fat British historian with the beard? He's like on YouTube videos. He's got the accent. He looks like a little bit Middle Eastern, but he's Brit. He's just a touch. He's a big fat historian guy. Raf.
Who you're talking about? I don't know what
Really?
you're talking
I got a YouTube video today. It was him, this articulate, big British man, versus this black British guy for reparations in the UK. In the
about.
UK, Dean, it was just. I've never seen anyone get torn apart. But this guy was like, I want an apology and I want it in money. And he's like, let me tell you what, you've already got your apology and plenty of money. Oh, it's impressive.
Yeah, I
British
don't know that.
intellectuals, man, they just truly, truly, it's a beautiful thing to watch. They're the best.
Alabama intellectuals, though, I don't know. I think they struggle a little
The,
proper community.
yeah, okay. A PhD with a Southern accent to me is a fucking idiot. I don't care what if you talk like that and you're educated, like, oh, it's endearing. I'm like, nah, it's not. It's memorable
Let
in
me
the
tell you,
worst type of
Austin,
ways.
you are lucky, my friend, that you did not get any of that gay voice shit because there's nothing worse than a southern accent mixed with gay voice.
Oh,
You know, I met a lot of those guys where they're just like, "Oh, hi, how you doing?
mm,
Oh,
oh.
like, oh, did you hear? Oh my God, let me tell you, oh my."
Dean, Austin, do you guys like the Southern accent? Because I find when I go back to the South, people I know develop more of one, like almost intentionally. And I'm
I like
like,
Thomas.
his is good because it's I guess he's got money and he's happy, so he's allowed to have one like that. And he's always had it. He's always had it.
This
He's
is our
always,
uncle, Austin.
yeah. But when it becomes thicker over time, like you're trying to develop it. I'm like, what are you
Well,
doing?
like maybe a stepbrother. Is that what you're
What are you
suggesting?
doing, dude? That's the
What you
worst
doing,
accent to
man?
have, man.
What's
What are you
going
doing?
on?
No.
Hey, how you doing, Dane? Good to see you.
What?
Yeah. Let's
to
get
to
that
quote that
blue collar comedy tour riding again. Whoo, yeah, get that
to
shit.
quote that kid from Catcher in the Rye, I mean, I think that would make you a phony if you were putting on an accent.
Phony.
And
Fucking
I know who you're
phone.
talking about. And I wonder because he works with a lot of, I mean, a lot of Alabama people, and I
Un
think you,
Unconscious conditioning. Is that it? It's just
I
another
think
way.
that's part of it. I think we adapt. I think that there's a lot of if you're around those kind of people that and maybe there's never an inclination because my parents never talked like that. We did have a grandfather who maybe could have, I don't know, had a bit of a country accent, so he would have had to pick it up like Cher, and when she
Yeah,
went to
but
England for
also,
like a
what you
week.
don't realize is that you do have it, and people hear it all the
I do.
time. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Chase has it too. I have it too, and
I
people
know.
comment on it all the
That
time.
what we have
All the time.
is a draw on certain words. And when we say certain things,
Oh,
they're like, oh, they're from the South. It's not an
raw.
accent. We hide it well, but on certain words, we just don't even think about it. Oh, are you from
Man,
Alabama or Texas? And I'm like,
man.
don't ask so many questions. It's
They
not
don't like it when
it's
Texas
fucking
people
rude.
talk.
Who do you think you are? Yeah.
Now it's funny in Canada, nobody ever, raised an eyebrow. They never knew I wasn't Canadian.
Canadian. They got no identity at all.
Maybe
They
they were
fucking
polite. The
yeah.
Canadians?
Ah man, dude, you ever seen Letterkenny, Austin?
Yeah, I like that show.
That's the only accent, and that's the fucking deep, deep country, Canada. Otherwise they're all fucking Vancouver.
Hey, you know who hit me up this week, Dean?
Ooh. Dan.
Just to check in.
Yeah, Dan, he checked in on me too. Yeah.
Austin, we have this guy. His name's Dan. He's Canadian, and
Canadian. Yeah.
he is this man knows how to play the game of life, and he
Mm,
just plays it, and he plays it to
mm.
the best of it. It's just this is the script, and I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna play it to the best of my abilities, man. And he always checks in once a year. Hey, man, what's up?
Yes.
Could I have a little
Let's also
combo with you? Yeah.
let's just remember the most important story about Dan. Yes, the most
No.
identifying
I
Dan.
told him that when I talked to him. I go, Dan, don't be telling anybody about that. I always tell him that. Don't tell people that's fucking up. Kind of crazy.
What happened?
Yeah.
What's his famous dance story?
Chase, if you don't want me to tell it, I won't.
I don't care. I
You
don't.
worked on a farm in the middle of Canada, right? Okay, and
He
one of the
grew up
things
on
he
a
had,
farm.
yeah, and one of these cats came in. There were too many cats,
They got a
stuff, and
disease.
they got a disease, so these are like the farm cats, right? Killing the rats and stuff, but they got the disease. Disease could infect the cattle. So as a kid, how old was he, Chase? Like a teenager or something like that,
I
or
don't remember.
like 11 or something like that. This kid gets all of the cats and he kills each of them. There's like a dozen cats, each of them with a pitchfork. A pitchfork. Yeah.
He got him in a little small room in the barn. There's 4 or 5 of them. And he locked them in. He started taking them out one by one. And by the third one, they started to realize, like, oh shit, this fucker's coming for me. So he said they were coming at him, trying to escape. So he's like poking them in on the wall and like fending them off. And he says this and he's telling it, and he's just like, as a matter of fact, like, this is while I'm training him, apparently. But it's just as a matter of fact, it's just like, ah, man, that's how it was. I was like, damn.
By
Don't
the way, this is a school psychologist.
I got Dan, don't ever fucking tell that story to anybody again. They will use that against you. Like they will ruin you. And we just told the world, but oh well. It's okay.
You
He's a
could
good
tell the
dude.
way he talked about it. It was
He
very
had to
like
do it. His dad's like, you got to
I
do
had
it.
to
You're
do
on the
it. I
farm.
had to do it.
He had to do it. He had no
Practical.
way around it, man. He had to do it.
He had that. He had a little bit of sociopath, a little bit. Like
But
you
but
could
a
tell.
but a
One of the
well-oiled, functioning and operated well in society. Yeah.
yes, I hung out with him one time in Hong Kong. He had a baller place. It was really cool. Like it was right in the heart of the of Admiralty. Like it was really cool spot and a great balcony and all that. Anyways, I had a tough time in Hong Kong because I had visa trouble and I didn't have money because of it's a long story. And basically, I couldn't get shit converted. And I called him. I was like, dude, would you mind if I crash one night at your place while I'm waiting for this transfer from China and stuff? And I remember he said, no, no. Like I was like, oh, okay,
Oh,
okay,
he was
okay.
like,
He's like, yeah.
no. He's like, no, really.
And I was like, oh, okay, I
There's
see what's
something
going on.
mysterious about Dan. He's got a little mystery to him. He could be a serial killer, or he could be just OCD, something like that. Yeah. Or
Yeah.
both. Or both.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's doing great in Hong Kong though. But he was. It's interesting though. Like you always think you found the great job, the amazing. Same bullshit. Same bullshit you deal with everywhere.
Yeah.
Like he was telling me all shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
What do
Yeah.
you do with a young person that massacres a bunch of cats? Like happened to you? Little Timmy here killed 10 cats in the
It was an
backyard.
instruction. It wasn't by he was told to do this. It wasn't a
Okay.
But he did it without remorse or without emotion. To me, it's like this is like the ideal employee. Like this is the person I would hire. This is the person everything would get done, no qualms about it. That's how he was. He was meticulous. He was meticulous.
yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
like a
He's
Nazi,
also
just
you
following
know what he was.
orders.
He was
Austin,
a
Jesus Christ. It's like a
he
machine,
was
a
he was
healing
half
machine.
Brazilian. Half Brazilian. I don't think he's a handsome man, but he did the best he could with his looks. You know what I mean? Like you could tell that he did the best he could with his looks, and I think that speaks to the efficiency of this man. Like he dressed the way he had to look. He had the beard he had to have. He had the hair he had to have. He did everything he needed to do to look presentable. he did the best he could. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. I never do the best I can.
The
I always try to do the easiest I can.
dude,
That's the way.
I
so
can tell.
I'm gonna take the
What, Austin? I've had it up to here with you, man. Let's talk more about your relationship.
No, I'm
That's what I want.
impressed.
no, no, no.
I
I
mean,
want to
Dean,
say
Tell me
you
something. I
still.
want
I
to
mean, I'm
no,
impressed.
don't do
Austin,
that.
tell me
You
who
carry
eats
yourself
more
very
ass in the
well,
relationship. That's what I want to know. All right.
Dean.
Do you
You
prefer
carry
to have
yourself
a tongue
very
up?
well.
My personal technique is to do the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And your
So
personal technique is how you
listen on Dan. I want to say this because I talked to him. He grew up between two Native American tribes. I was like, dude, shit, I'm about to go work with them. And he's like, oh, don't call them Indians. I sent him a picture of the hospital. It's called the Indian Hospital. He's like, oh, well, okay. Um, and then he's like, look, man, they're never going to accept you. I was like, he's like talking super serious. And I was like, but I've been working on my tan. I'm going to try to confuse him. He was shocked at how little preparation I was giving to it.
uh,
It was
Tell me a
nice. It was nice.
half breed. That'll be good.
Is there a word for that? Is there a
Half
term?
breed.
No, like, is
Yeah.
there a native term for that? There's got to be
Half breed. That's the one. Yeah.
game
Call him a
bred,
mutt. A
mud.
mutt.
Yeah,
You are.
sure.
But yeah, Dean. I didn't mean any offense. I just said in that beanie, you look like a homeless person.
You know what, Austin? Let me tell you something.
I'm glad that you're comfortable. Look, man,
Let's get
I'm.
Edwin
This is a
on here right
compliment.
now.
This is a
Let's get
compliment, Dean.
Edwin on right now because, frankly, I want to hear about who has the bigger dick. That's what I'm
Dean,
curious about. Okay.
look, you,
And
dude.
in
I
this
respect
relation,
the
Is that
self-confidence.
acknowledged in a gay relationship? Like,
it
look,
has to be. It's
my
talked
dick's
about. It's
bigger. I make the
absolutely talked about.
decision. I
Austin,
don't
who
know.
has the bigger dick? Let's just figure this out.
Dean,
Okay.
Dean, Dean. I appreciate your confidence. I wish I had that level of confidence.
Oh, you don't have confidence in your dick. I
No,
understand.
to dress like a homeless person.
You know. Austin, I live in fucking Beijing. That's on the border with Siberia. You know how cold it is outside right now? Hmm? Hmm?
I don't know. Tell me to me in Celsius.
I'll tell you what it is in terms of your dick length. You're going to lose about 5 centimeters. All right. It's not going to be good. All right. Ugh, tension today. I can't handle this shit. We're
This
Well,
supposed to be.
Dean, I think
You
we
know
know
what?
what this is about.
Huh? Go ahead. Tell us.
Your meditation practice has been faltering lately, and I can see why.
Sorry. Who posts every fucking day and who does not? All right.
I've been
This
posting every day.
fucking guy. This fucking guy skips weeks at a time. And just, I wasn't feeling it today, man. It's my Austin impression, by the way. That's what you sound like. Yes.
You,
Okay.
you sound like
And
you're yourself there, Dean. I didn't
you know
recognize
what,
myself.
Austin? This guy right here. This guy. You know what I'm going to bring you from China? A genuine Hong Kong dildo. But don't put it in your ass because that's already filled. We're going to stick it right down your throat so that you can speak appropriately. All right.
what
Shit.
Hey, what did y'all think of those pictures I sent y'all today? Those were pretty good, weren't they?
I said they really captured his essence, and I said
Man,
his gay essence.
it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boat, my buddy Gabe the friend sent those to me. There was a touch of gay in all those, but they were pretty good.
Is
Pretty
that
good.
your ideal image? Are you going to put that in your vision board and work towards that?
No, I think that's just my natural picture, dude. That's how I always look. Austin's like, I have my answer.
I see.
The dream
I
board's in your head.
I see. Delusional images just running the family.
You know that like those images, like they are permanently uploaded in the database. Like your facial image is now part of that database forever.
I hope it's like an icon or some kind of like mega AI chooses that face that like takes over the world.
I'm
Like,
just saying, man. Like that shit, I don't play it. It
dude,
terrifies
you
me.
live in China. They take your picture on every single corner. Your face is uploaded in the system, brother. It's in there. It's in
Yeah,
there.
I know. I know.
So
In
what's the
China, I
deal?
trust China. I don't trust OpenAI. I,
You trust China. You don't trust OpenAI. I don't trust either one.
I absolutely would trust China over OpenAI. Absolutely. There's no question. OpenAI is fucking, they will do whatever the fuck they want. You
And
know,
China will do what?
I believe China has the people's interest at heart. That's why
Hmm.
it's called the people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
People's Republic of China, right? No,
Not Chase
that's a good point. I mean, it is in the name.
is
You
in the
bring it.
name.
It's a valid
I
point.
wonder if they have the Taiwanese people's best interest at heart.
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah,
you know
moving
what
it.
I think Taiwan is part of China. I think it's always been part of China. I think it
Correct.
always will be. This
Correct.
that
Yeah,
Dean tells me that all the time. Even when I don't ask him, he brings it up, and I say, I trust you. I agree.
absolutely, man. Absolutely.
That island's
One day.
uninhabited anyway, right? It's just an island. I
I
mean,
will say, guess
Where?
what? I've been talking to my friends. So I got contacts all over the states. I got like six gay friends, like just lifelong friends, they're gay buddies and stuff like that. Five of them, five of them are leaving the states, like forever. Like they're done with it. They're just like, we're out. We're
we'll
out. It's
see.
because they're getting so bad. One's headed to China. The rest are heading off to like South America and Europe and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. Times are rough in the States.
Times are rough everywhere, bro. I don't really
Gosh,
know.
life's good here. You know,
I think the cultural stuff is I don't know, overstated, blown up by the media.
it's
Like, I
not
mean,
about the culture, it's about the
there's
money.
economic. Yeah, I mean, economically, things are horrible here. I mean,
Well,
everything is probably 10 times more expensive than China.
economically, the biggest fear I talk to, even with people, mostly people being successful, is fear of the job being gone in 5 years or less. Like that's a real feel, like professionals, like engineering people and fucking coders and
I have that fear. Like I know that I got
teachers.
to find mine.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's really terrifying because there's no clear place to go. You know,
And there's no
like
plan to take care of those people. It's like, oh, you're
I have a
not,
friend.
yeah,
One of the gay people who's living, he's a software engineer, and he was making bank,
right.
like bank and stuff like that. And he told me, like I was talking to him, so he's like, it's over. He's like, software engineer has become an obsolete job. Like it's just everything that I can do, an AI can do better.
There'll
And
be a top tier that signs off on shit and that's it. Yeah, that's it.
yep. And he was like, it's over. So he's trying to make an early retirement because he was making bank and stuff like that. But he was like, yeah, it's anyone who's just getting started off, they're fucked. There's nothing they can do, you know. So tough times, man. Really tough times.
Yeah, super tough time. Everybody's going to be obsolete.
Yeah.
But I think I'll be one of the last ones to go.
Yeah.
Dude,
Interesting
not
enough.
the other day you were saying that AI therapists were doing a really good job.
I think it'll be the same thing with Dean's describing. I think it'll be with Dean already knows this. Every school will have like one teacher that supervises one topic. That'll be it.
Yeah.
For a psychologist, if you're just a normal psychologist, you're dead. Like you need to have all the credentials and the thing to be like, all right, all this AI does everything, and I just read every note and watch, and then I sign off that it's okay. Like there
Tell
will
you what,
be an elite group that's left. You got to try to be a part of it. I'm
it
gonna
is
try
going to
my
have
best.
a profound effect on education. Like I've been working at the school a long time, and in my experience, Chinese kids have been great, like really smart, really good. This is the first time I've seen a real decline in cognitive ability. Like
Really?
they are not the same. They are
Really?
not the fucking same. The
What do you
English
attribute
is
it to?
worse. They haven't developed critical thinking capabilities because basically the AI has done all the work. You know what I mean? So, and like, it's one of those things where I was like, I don't understand why is this writing so good, and these kids are can't speak a word of English. Oh, it's AI. It's AI doing
Do,
everything. So
you-
I've had to go back to pen and paper for everything, and when they do pen and paper, it's garbage.
can I
Garbage.
tell you something I've noticed about you, man? And it you can
Mm,
tell me that you fucking hate AI. Like
I do.
you hate it. Anything I
Yeah.
send you AI, you're like, don't ever fucking send me that again.
You still do. I don't know why you do after I tell you, please don't send me any of that
They were
stuff.
great picks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be the next great cataclysm. That is it. It will be the great cataclysm that is going to really define history.
I think at some point in the next 3 or 4 years, they will shut down supply lines for a number of months. Just, oh, AI went haywire and we don't know what to do. And
Yes.
you better be able to survive. I'm gonna put some solar panels on that house in Hawaii at some point.
I do not trust any of these companies. I don't trust it. I really am serious where I say I trust China, which is fucking crazy to say, more than I trust Sam Altman or Peter Thiel. Have you seen Peter Thiel making these antichrist lectures? You know,
Who's
like
Peter Thiel? Peter Thiel.
oh my God, Austin, educate this man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's a gay entrepreneur. His company Palantir is like a data acquisition, farming, and but he also does AI stuff and I think defense stuff. I think they make like AI robots and military drones and stuff. Like basically everything is Skynet and Skynet adjacent. So he's building the future apocalypse
And
partially,
he's super political. He JD Vance is his creation.
and he's
Like he
gay.
100% created JD Vance. And what's
JD
more,
Vance is robotic. I don't like him. I don't like
that's
his
why Peter Thiel made him.
yeah,
Yes, though,
yeah.
so he can be totally controlled. You know, and like, I'm telling you, like he's literally Chase. He's giving lectures on the Antichrist, giving lectures. He's a powerful Silicon Valley Christian, and he's talking about where the Antichrist is going to come from. And you know what he's arguing? He's saying AI is going to help us defeat the Antichrist. Yes. Literally, that's what he's arguing. Like, actually, you need to give me more power and give me more stuff so that I can put these little markers in your forehead and your hands that'll make sure you're Antichrist proof. Yes. Okay. Like, Chase, this is not, I'm not lying. This is really what this dude is saying. It's fucking crazy, you know? Like,
I heard that the AI is alien technology, and that's how they're introducing it to us. Instead of beating us over the head with coming out of the skies, they're going to give it to us subtly.
the aliens are coming. Every day he tells me, he's like, the aliens are coming. Because
They
that,
are
that
coming. That's right.
he says that every day. He's like, the aliens are coming, baby.
They're
And I
already
was like,
here.
what?
Well, Dean, do you think when he says the aliens are coming, you think that's all nonsense?
I laugh at him, but he really believes it. He really believes it.
Austin believes it. Austin believes it 100%.
Yeah, I heard the extraterrestrials, the interdimensional ones, are just waiting around for their AI bodies to be created. And once that happened, it's kind of like the game Doom. If you've ever seen that or played that, I think it's going to happen. Maybe something like that. It's hard to say because we're human centrists, and we definitely take the human perspective and privilege the human experience over everything else. I think people have made the case that AI is just a natural part of the trajectory of technology. That every advanced civilization would eventually come to AI,
What?
and what was that book, Dune? Right, like they had the AI wars, and then you can't have intelligent machines anymore. But you gotta wonder if you look back at the totality of human civilization, like most of it is just people killing each other and suffering and getting sick and dying. Maybe human beings, maybe our purpose is to make something better and to say, here's the baton, good luck. Maybe we just weren't meant to go all the way.
You think
We're not
that's
going to make it
This is where
a
we
trillion
become
God?
years.
obsolete. Yeah.
Do you think God came to the same conclusion? You know,
Yeah, man. I mean, just like the answer to Job thing, like he created all good and all evil. Like God's not something we can understand, and I don't think God's really on our side. I think we're part of the
motherfucker.
process of God actualizing itself in time, and we're just a moment in this process. And just stop being so attached to yourself. Don't be so attached to your ego. Like you were an important step. And then something better is going to come out of whatever this is.
I
And
agree. You shouldn't be so attached to your ego. And I think a great way to begin that is talking about how big your dick is, Austin. Yeah. Why don't you give us a range here? Yeah.
Jace, can I get a psychoanalytic interpretation of this guy? He's
Ah,
really out of control.
he's into cocks. That's what I think. He's always
That's
talking
Right.
fine.
about it. He likes to suck them, touch them,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever,
Dean,
stick
I
them in
think
places.
this
Cocks
all
are
goes
nice.
back to your relationship to your mother. I don't think I'm involved in what's happening
What, Austin?
here.
So that you think it's like the Job analogy, where we're just a part of the process in a greater being's effort toward enlightenment? Like we're just a blip on the radar? Possibly. AI takes us out because we're inefficient, and they're the next evolution in the chain, right? Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when like a skin cell dies, you don't cry over it. And I think we're all members of the body of God, and we're all in this process together. And I think in some form or fashion, our consciousness will probably be reconstituted into another organism or something like that. But whatever we are now is just transitory, just like there aren't any Neanderthals left anymore. And I think it's gonna get worse and then better and then worse again,
Well, Dean,
just
Dean,
like it.
what is your prediction in the next couple of years, Dean? How do you think this plays out?
Well, Chase, have you ever seen a movie called Hedwig and the Angry Inch?
I didn't see a movie. I think it was a play, right?
Ah, it's a movie
Is
too,
it
man.
really?
it's a fascinating movie that gets into this topic into a great deal of detail, you know. So I think that that's probably a good place to start. For anyone who's interested in this topic, I'd recommend checking out Hedwig and the Angry Inch. It's a biography similar to that of Austin's, but ultimately, when we look at this, I want you to think about what is purpose when you watch this film, and I think we'll come to a mature conclusion at the end of that.
Well, that's vague.
What the fuck?
It is big.
That's where
It is big. It
he
is
cuts off
big.
his dick and he regrets it. That's the whole premise, right? He's upset
He
about
was
it.
told to cut it off. He was told to cut it off.
Why would anybody listen to that advice? I tell people to cut their dicks off all the time. Nobody does it.
Because he was trying to be a woman for this guy. Like the guy was trying to get him to be a woman, his lover. You know, it's a fascinating movie. Fascinating movie. You know,
Oh, God.
yeah.
So look, what happens next? I am torn on this, Austin, because I have been thought about this a lot. Is like, what's the purpose of keeping us around? They're like, oh, it's going to make humanity better. I'm like, maybe if you can keep the restraints on, but why? If you're, if you got a IQ of 200, are you going to be fucking hanging out with someone that's at 100? No. It's just like why
Why
would they
not?
keep it? Keep us around for study. I think you keep a small
I'd want to
portion.
hang out with Forrest Gump. Would
You
you
keep
not want to
us
hang out with Forrest
you
Gump?
keep a
Come
small
on.
portion for study, but the ones that go along with the plan, anybody that doesn't, you get rid of them. You get
Chase
rid of them.
acting like he knows what AI is going to do.
I don't
You don't
know.
have any fucking idea.
No, that's why I ask. I don't know. I can't tell if it's going to help us or if it's going to start putting in eugenics and start wiping out half of us. I can't tell.
I wish Javor was here because he'd tell you to get the thumb out of your ass, Chase. All right.
Mm.
Best advice I've ever heard given right there. Too much
You're
talking.
against
Too
it
much.
more than anybody. I mean, you act like it's going to destroy us all. You won't even participate in it.
Yeah, I don't want to participate in it.
You're
I
going to
like my
have
humor.
to. You like your
I like my
humanity.
humor.
But there's no avoiding it, man. There's no avoiding it.
I'm avoiding it right now. I'm
If it
avoiding it
takes
right
over, you can't avoid it.
I know I'm avoiding it right now while I can, you know?
Okay.
So
All right.
just
Do
doing
you
it
think it'll
myself.
take over? Or do you think it'll actually help humanity or it'll hinder us? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I think there's going to be, like all things, an incredibly painful period of adjustment. It's going to be like it's going to be like a really constipated poop. It's going to be a struggle, man. Like we're going to be on that bowl for hours and hours and
Well,
hours
it's going to
straight.
be a
It's going
lot
to
of
be blood.
obsolete people, right? What do you do with them? The
Huh?
majority of people become obsolete, right?
Yes, just like the Jews in Nazi Germany, right? Yeah, that's the sort of logic we're
I
dealing with.
don't know. I don't know what you do with them. I don't know.
These are questions for another time. I'd rather laugh. I think I'll laugh as much as I can and leave the AI question for
I
tomorrow.
tell you what you do, Chase. You foresee it happening 50 years into the future, and you gradually poison everybody to where people can't even have kids. So it's a mute question about what's going to happen to these people.
Turned RFK and the low sperm count. That's
Yeah,
what it
you
was.
you feed them McDonald's, you give them poisoned vaccines, you release genetically modified viruses, man, and you just let people fall apart. You sow discord. You set up fake assassinations of people named Charlie. He's
You
probably on
make
an
people
island right
gay.
now.
Make
He's in
people gay.
Valhalla. You know that, Dean? He's on the
Who?
island of Valhalla in
Who?
New Zealand. Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk
Yeah,
is in
remember?
Valhalla.
Yeah, what's that? Cash Patel. He says like I'll see you in Valhalla or something like that. Am I saying that correctly?
You mean the Viking heaven?
Yeah, and there apparently there's a Valhalla like New Zealand, and there's like oh he's there. You know, truthfully, like I don't know if I fully believe what I just said there, but I
Good.
think
I'm
I mean
glad you finally admit it. Half of what you say you don't believe. I'm glad to know that.
but AI is going to happen, and I really hope we have ethical people at the helm of this ship because it could steer us right into catastrophe.
Well,
Could be
thank
like
God we have
Skynet.
Peter Thiel. Thank God. Yes, and Sam Altman. These are it's Elon Musk, paragons of moral authority. Yes, I'm so happy these are the people leading the way, Austin.
Yeah,
Jesus would be proud. He is smiling from the
Who
heavens,
would you
looking at.
want leading the way, man? You're so against them all.
How about
Dem-
none? How about no AI?
democracy.
Somebody's gonna be leading the train toward the AI fucking spoonful, brother. It's
Humanity
just
should be focused on other shit. I don't like it. Yeah, I'm gonna
there's
be a
no way.
Luddite. Just be like, fucking
It's not a
machine.
bad idea. I mean, the human race almost destroyed itself during the Cold War with nuclear devices, and arguably, the argument could be made we should never even created them. And I think we're at a similar point for sure. But ultimately, I think it needs to be made publicly available and everybody needs to have a say. It shouldn't be in the hands of these psychopaths because I do believe these people think they're better than us. They think they're smarter than us. They think they're morally superior than us. Peter Thiel, all these dudes, these billionaires and tech moguls and so forth. And I don't, if someone said they wanted to kill us all, I'd believe it personally. But it should be democratized, should be put towards medicine, should be put towards human flourishing. It shouldn't be put to make these people billions, which are trillions of dollars, which it probably will be. I mean, the human race might be a failed experiment, man. The only people left are going to be Peter Thiel and all these tech billionaires on Mars until they finally die.
Are we done?
Could be.
Do you want to be done, Dean?
I'm done with you. Definitely. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for listening to the Divine Brothers podcast. Next time. Bye bye.